Hi, and welcome to the penultimate episode of Performance Café for 2020. Like everyone else, we're going to take a well-deserved break, and we will see you back in the third week of January when we will be back with all of our regular episodes. And I must say, sitting here, I have such a deep appreciation because COVID was tough, and 2020 has been a really rough year. And I know so many people who are suffering, so many people who really have taken an incredible knock this year. But I also want to take a moment to reflect, and I would like us to take a look at what did we gain because of COVID. You know, it's quite interesting, but as comfortable as I am on camera, it never occurred to me to do something like Performance Café until it was locked down and I was bored and I was sitting here and I couldn't get access to my clients. I couldn't get access to other team members. And I was feeling really disconnected. And I thought, gee, what I wouldn't do to have a coffee with a friend or a client or a partner in a cafe. And this literally became the place that I could do that. And after the 21 days and after the worst of the lockdown was over, I just couldn't let it go because I'd become so comfortable visiting here with you in the Performance Cafe and trying to find out from yourselves, from our coffee companions every week, what does it take to improve performance in a way that is positive and that grows our employees? And so I have spoken, I think it was episode 4 and episode 6, I spoke about our positivity and how positivity is sometimes overrated, but that we also have a negativity bias and we must watch out that we don't sometimes, jump down that rabbit hole. I also spoke about how we leap to conclusions in order to explain things and sometimes don't really get to the real root cause of what our trouble is. And today I'd like to speak about something similar. And for me, it is similar to this reflection about Performance Cafe. I'd like to ask you, what happened this year that would not have happened if it wasn't for COVID? And I'm looking specifically for things that are positive. So it's terrible, right? COVID had a massive impact on our economy, our society, on individuals. There are people who have passed away, not denying that. However, for some of us, we started a new service. For some of us, we re-engineered our services in a way that actually is better for the clients and for ourselves. Some of us reconnected with family and friends because we finally had time away from very busy schedules and realized how important those connections are for us. For some of us, maybe we met someone significant. Maybe for some of us, we lost significant people, but really actually were set free by that. Right? Because nothing in life is ever entirely positive or entirely negative. So as you sit and reflect on this year, on 2020, as you reflect on the impact of COVID, I'd ask you not to have too strong of a negativity bias. Maybe there is place to celebrate the fact that some of the difficult stuff left us with some great solutions, some better answers, and maybe improved ways of working. I know for some people, literally the ability to work from home is going to be such a game changer, both in their lives, in their professional lives, their personal lives, but also for the businesses, because they will now become prime places to work because they understand how to get remote working done. So as we reflect on 2020, please look for the positives as well and follow the positive psychology trend that says we take the positives, we take the strengths, and we build on them. We don't get too bogged down in the negatives. We understand they're there. We know what they are. We're not blind to them. But what we do is we focus on how do we take the good to great. And the logic here is that if I work really hard, if I've got a weakness, if I work really hard to improve that weakness, I've got to constantly work on it. And because it doesn't come naturally to me, it's draining, right? It takes a lot of effort. But if I take a strength that I already am prone to use, that I already am prone to optimizing, and I take it and I optimize it much more if I spend that same time to optimizing it, well, I'm going to get a much better return on investment. I'm going to use a lot less energy to get it done. And finally, it's going to be a lot more sustainable, because this weakness that I've been building up, the moment I don't pay attention to it, it will drop again. So I'm going to ask you to focus on the strengths, take them into 2021, build further on them, and enjoy your holiday if I don't see you on Friday for our last episode of this year. Otherwise, I will see you in January at our first Performance Cafe episode for 2021. If you've liked and found this little insert useful, please like and subscribe somewhere down there, I think. If you are on YouTube, if you found us on LinkedIn or Facebook, please like and share as much as you can. Really would appreciate it. And pop us a comment. Let us know what you'd like to hear about in the new year, or if you've got questions about anything that we've ever spoken about at the Performance Cafe. And if I don't hear from you, I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a lovely New Year. Happy festive season for those of us who don't do Christmas. And I will see you at the next episode of the Performance Cafe.